Wanted to do a demonstration on how to make these Ready Rope coils. Ready Rope is nothing special. It's not a patented design or anything. It's just one big knot. And the only reason I like to sell Ready Rope, and I'm able to do so, is it just takes a long time to tie these and people don't want to do it. It takes a lot of time. But if you haven't seen any of the other demonstrations, it's just a series of slip knots, super easy to undo because it's just a bunch of slip knots wrapped around itself. And I just want to demonstrate how to make these because maybe you don't want to spend the money on it, or you don't, you just can't justify it and you want to try it out before you spend money on it. So I'm going to start with this long length of fresh rope here. The very first thing I like to do is start a slip knot, just like that. And then you can make a chain of them. So similar to the way you tied this slip knot, you continue. Just one loop inside of the other loop. You keep going. And you're going to end up with a chain looking a lot like this. It might be a little irregular depending on how you're tying your slip knot, but the point is you take a bite, stick it through that loop, and then do it again, and you're going to have a chain. And if you pull these super tight, like if you pull this part super tight, it's going to have a little trouble letting go, so I recommend not doing that. Just kind of firm, but not cranking it down as hard as you can. So we've got, say, 12 or 15 links in this little chain. Now to make it into a ring, I'm going to take this end piece right here, just the bite of it like this. I'm going to open up kind of a hole somewhere near the beginning. I'm going to push that up through there. And so I'm going to have this kind of hanging out up here. And now this is kind of the beginning of the ring, you can see. And now it's just repetition. I'm going to continue tying slip knots. But now I'm going to alternate. I'm going to go in and out of the center of this ring. So I'll just demonstrate and you can watch for a few minutes here. Obviously, this takes a little while. I've got a lot of tools when I'm manufacturing these that help me to do it quickly, but this is just to kind of show that you really don't have to have any special tools. It'll take a lot longer, but you can make this from your spool, 550 cord that your unit has, or from the little bundle of it you buy at the military surplus store. It's not meant to be a big secret. I want everybody to know how to do this just because it's so useful. Ready Rope just provides the service of tying this knot for you so that you don't have to go through all the fuss. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. See, it's thicker here. This is the one layer. This is where it has 2 layers. I'm going to continue this and show you the end product. Okay, so I finished that little length of Ready Rope. This is kind of what it looks like. This is probably a little less than 25 feet. One thing that I like to do when I am finishing out a length of Ready Rope is to take the loose end and just stick that through the loop, the last loop here, like that, and pull that tight. Now that's going to make it less accessible because I can pull on this and it's not going to come out, but that's kind of nice if I'm walking through the woods and this is clipped onto my backpack or whatever. I might not want it to snag onto a tree and pull my whole length of Ready Rope out. So to to use it, you just kind of undo that. You pull out that tip, that little end, and then I can pull on that all day long and it's gonna completely dissolve. So that's how you do that.